Hello ladies and gentlemen, Game 2 between Flash and Innovation at the WCS Korean qualifier group stages. These are matches from a few weeks back. Obviously WCS Season 2 just wrapped up, but they released some of the replays, even some of the ones I didn't get a chance to see when they went live because they were done through the GOM network and I didn't watch them when they had gone up. So, Flash versus Innovation, this is Game 2. Game 1 was cheese on cheese. Super fun. Just happened to have Innovation use the better of the cheeses, and when it came down to essentially a base trade, he just had the better unit composition to deal with it. And it tells you a little bit of something. I mean, I remember seeing an interview for both of these players, and they have a tremendous amount of respect for each other, Flash being obviously the most dominant player at one point, and Innovation touted as one of the most dominant players now, and still getting better. Is that both of these players, because of that amount of respect, I don't think are super interested in going into a really late game scenario. Their skills and mechanics are obviously so good that it's difficult to be able to just definitively say that I am better than that person. So I'm sure they're going to be looking for little edges that they can take in this game to try to take a lead. Flash looks like he's going to go for a command center first, whereas we have a barracks opening and a gas, so potentially some sort of a Reaper action. Flash needs to pause, but that's okay. Go Korean. If it is a Reaper opening, that's going to be pretty unfortunate for Flash, because that will stunt, at least he's building on the high ground, but that will stunt his ability to get that command center into place anytime soon. His barracks will be going up pretty shortly, but a Reaper will already be across the map essentially by that time. If it is Reapers. It could be just going straight for early Banshees or something. It is looking like that is going to be the case, which is also pretty detrimental. Just about anything you use will be painful against somebody in this position. There is a gas started right after the barracks, so we should be able to get some things out in place. Because of the cheese last time, Flash is going to go to scout, but if he was being cheesed because he went for command center first, he would just be in trouble. I think he just took a bit of a gamble on this game, saying to himself that I'm pretty sure my opponent's not going to cheese twice in a row, because I'm not going to cheese twice in a row. Looks like Innovation is going to be going for a low ground command center. Oh, he is getting a Reaper out. Did he cancel that Marine? No, it's just there, going for a little bit of a run. This Reaper isn't really designed to get a lot of damage, but more get a cost-effective scout in, so that way he can continue to drop mules at home. Reapers are really tough to kill in the early game unless you have a lot of Marines out and it's the perfect position. Flash only having one, potentially two, by the time this Reaper gets there. It's going to be pretty tough to deny that scouting. Second gas going down even earlier than his opponent Innovation. So he should be getting up to a pretty high tech, units-wise. Pretty even at this point as well because of that. Innovation is going to jump up, he's going to see the command center, but the Marines are there to chase it away. Did see what it needed to though. What it really needed to confirm was this command center timing. Trying to take a few extra shots. That Reaper will repair. It's just the Marines that won't. Factory is going to be finished up slightly earlier for Innovation, so if he is going to go in for delayed Banshees, should we see an armory here? Huh. We'll see. This is going to be for some sort of drop play, and the armory would generally lend you to believe that it's going to be a hellbat drop. But those things are a little bit out of fashion. They're both going for almost the exact same builds, except the difference is that Innovation went for command center slightly lower, though it's on the low ground and already paying dividends. Flash hasn't moved his orders just yet. Reactors going down on everything, no tech labs. Keeping well ahead in a supply count, Innovation should be able to start producing hellbats 2 at a time. Perfect scan from Flash. Sees this, and it sees that it's making things out of the factory in the starport, so we knows that it's going to be a drop. Only thing that remains to be seen if that's going to be Widow Mines or that's going to be hellbats. At home, he doesn't have anything in place to necessarily deal with that. He's got Marines over on this side to deal with that Reaper. He doesn't have the ability to throw down any type of missile turret. Some people have been throwing down bunkers as a way to deal with this, specifically because those bunkers will allow you to... Really, he's getting a reactor on the starport this early. Cray. Oh, they both have reactor starports. So this could be a super, super, super heavy funky drop. Ooh. That'd have been an okay drop. Marines haven't moved into position fast enough, unfortunately. Those Marines will die really, really quick to these hellbats. Hellbats are doing a great job because of the medevac coverage. Vikings are being made right now. They should be able to go out and scurry away any of this double hellbat pressure that's coming across. Let's see what kind of damage we got down there. 4 kills. Not really that much. Lost only 1 hellbat out of it though, so it's not too terrible. Lots of hellions out in place. And Vikings here to counter. I'm surprised the Vikings haven't moved out slightly, just to be able to pressure the space in between. Even if you're over here, the Vikings only going to get off 1 or 2 shots on those medevacs, nowhere near enough to be able to really scare them. Whereas if you have your Vikings maybe over here a bit further, you'll be able to get off enough shots to maybe make them feel afraid that they could lose it. Pretty good Viking coverage. Once again, are we here in time to really be able to deal with this? Those, oh no, the SCV's really, really clumped up badly there. How much that turned? 12 kills now. He did lose 3 medevacs and 6 hellbats for that. Let's look at the lost here. Still lost more for innovation in this, and he is down in supply right now. Let's look at what the units tab is here. Pretty huge lead for innovation on the overall workers though, up by 10 right now. But that also means there's about a 10 army supply for Flash, and he has clear air dominance at this point. I do like his position, though it's going to be tough to bust this front. There aren't any tanks or marauders in here to do that damage that he really wants. This medevac will be able to scurry around the outside pretty easily. Widow mines might not be a bad idea to put down in here just because of the light units. I don't think the Flash is going to be able to bust this. It'd be a pretty big commitment to try. And I think if he's containing, he'd be better off trying to expand right now and getting himself ahead in economy. Looks like he is going to go for it though. He's landed his Vikings, but the longer he delays, the harder it's going to be. Gotta get closer. These hellbats have such short range. They're not really getting that great surface area and hitting these SCVs here. Yeah, that didn't work out well. At the same time, he's getting dropped. What do we got? 5 kills and 3 kills. I don't think that was the right call by Flash there. Either that or he didn't have the right kind of control I think he needed to pull that off. If he had gotten his hellbats up right close to the bunker, he might have been able to start hitting some of the splash on the other units and let more people attack. More hellbat drops. Look like they got some pretty... Oh no. Okay, we're gonna back up a second because it looked like he lost like another 20 workers right there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, bad exit control there by Flash. He's down by a lot right now. If we look at the units that we were looking at, down by 30 workers. Yeah, he's done a pretty good job of denying some of the attacks, but he's not busting this here anytime soon. The Vikings just don't deal the damage. If he had a tank or 2 in this, you know, maybe things would be different. 9 Vikings too. And they really haven't paid for themselves at all. I mean, they've helped deny drops, but 34 workers have been killed, regardless. Gonna walk the hellbats in. There's nothing up here yet to defend for it. Good hits. One more. Oh, one more would have got another 5 or 6 workers. I think Flash would be better off going home. If he hasn't gotten the damage in yet, he's really not going to. A lot of very damaged workers. Sometimes it's worthwhile if this happens to just put 1 worker on auto repair in here, and it'll clean up the rest, repair the rest of the units. upgrades right now for both players. And they're pretty much on the exact same upgrade path, but we already have tanks coming out for innovation, whereas Flash is quite behind on that tech path. Oh, and another drop. Which seems pretty flaky when Flash has, you know, 8 or 9 Vikings out. I think this is pre-patch on the attack damage, though. That's not what I wanted. Yeah. These are pre-patch hellbats, so obviously they kill everything. Now Flash really doesn't have any units in place to stop this. And he's pretty far behind on economy and tech. There's no tanks, no Thors. Like, I say Banshees could help, but we have these Thors in place here. I don't think he's going to be able to stop this. A pretty good timing. I think that right now Innovation recognizes that Flash doesn't have the units that he needs to be able to hold off this kind of attack, and he's just going to walk in the front door essentially and win. Moves the medevacs back further, which is smart. Go to siege up, and that's pretty much, that's the GG point right now. There's almost nothing that Flash has to deal with this. He's going to try to land his Vikings and pulling everything he's got, but they're all just going to get so badly destroyed by the hellbats. Great play by Innovation there. It was just enough of a thorn in the side of Flash to cause him to commit into these attacks to the front that were pretty much doomed. It was a best of 3 series, so Innovation takes it over Flash. I hope you guys liked that. I should be bringing you some more action from the WCS coming up in the next little while.